Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is GaminForGlory. My name is Clayton. We're back with some more Kerbal Space Program. So today I plan on doing a couple things. We'll probably run long today, but it should be a decent video, I think. A lot of you guys, or a couple of you guys, had commented saying that this looked really difficult, and it is difficult when you first start out and you don't really understand it. But I just kind of wanted to do a kind of demonstration on the different stuff that you can do just to kind of figure it out. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to detach both of these, and then we're going to add on, let's see here, I'm just going to add on some of, so where are they? Where are the detachable things? Here we go. Decouplers. Just gonna add on, let's see, 2 of those. Boom. And then we're gonna add on 2 of these. Let's put them on the bottom. Then stick them right there. Just like that. That looks perfect. Then we're just gonna stick on some nose caps. And let's do this. Actually, I should probably strut them up a little bit. We'll just do something like that. They don't have to be perfect, just struts. They'll come off as soon as we detach. Alright, let's launch. So when you first start playing this game, if you do, then you're probably not going to know what to do, how to get in orbit, anything. So probably the first thing you're going to do is just try to burn straight up. You'll probably end up making a gigantic rocket using the big fuel tanks and whatnot, and it won't work. But what I would suggest is doing similar to this. I mean, it doesn't have to be just like this. I would suggest at least 1 or 2 of these engines with a couple fuel tanks, and then just a bunch of these solid fuel boosters. And that should get you into space. As long as you just want to get into orbit or anything, then you don't really need to bring that much fuel. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to throttle up here, and now let those solid boosters take over. Now I'm going to do 2 flights with this exact spacecraft. Hopefully this does make it into orbit, kind of counting on it. It should. But the first thing we're going to do is we're just going to burn straight up all the way until we get into space. And I'm going to show you what that looks like, and even if we can get in orbit doing that way. I know that's probably the first thing you guys would do. I believe that's the first thing I did before looking at any other videos. So we're just going to keep on burning. We're going to wait for these solid fuel boosters to burn out and detach them. And then fire up these engines. And get our speed back up above 100 or so. There we go. So now we're burning up. Let's see if we have an apoapsis yet. We do. It's only 6,000 though, so we're just going to continue burning straight up. We're at about 120, so we can throttle back a little bit just to conserve fuel. And we're going to wait for this to get out pretty close to this orbiter, at least 70,000, I would say. Just to get out of the atmosphere so it doesn't decay. I'm just going to continue lighting off. Now we're coming up on 11,000 feet. 11,000 meters, sorry. I'm so used to freaking standard system. Sorry. I live in the US, so everything is a standard system, not the metric. Alright, so we're about 200 meters and 200 meters per second. And we are now getting into the upper atmosphere, passing 11 kilometers. We'll see what our apoapsis is. Sorry, I can't talk very well today. It's about 20,000. Damn orbiter Henry debris I still haven't taken care of. So we're just going to continue burning straight up. Hopefully this fuel right here will get us to a decent apoapsis, and then we'll use just the remaining fuel just to even it out, I think. I hope. That's a plan anyways. So yeah, let's see here. 43,000. Surprised. That's okay, gotcha. Alright, so we're going to stop. Let's go a little bit more. There we go, about 70,000. Now what we need to do is we need to set a maneuver node here, and we will burn prograde to even everything out. And as you can see, when we burn straight up, we get a weird. Let's see, this thing's only 44. We're gonna need it more. Damn. Alright, that's 58 arts. We're gonna have to do a 1-minute burn. Just turn on RCS so we can get over there. Right there. In about 30 seconds we're gonna do a burn. Speed up a little bit. About there, and our hope is to even out orbit before we get too close to the planet. So alright, 5 seconds. Let's do this. So we have 1 minute, and yep, we are opening up our orbit pretty nicely now. I'm just going to be doing this in map mode, since we don't really need to see what we're doing in space. We just need to see our orbit. Looks like we are going to get an orbit for this. We're going to use up quite a bit of fuel though, I would say. Our fuel's almost out. There we go. Pop that. There we go. Still on target. Oh, now we're gonna have a 3-minute burn. See that? Our engine is pretty inefficient. I mean, it's efficient, sorry, but it doesn't have much thrust. You saw it was only a 1-minute burn for the other engine, the double engines, and now it's a 3-minute burn for this, just to finish this off. So hopefully we do get an orbit. I kind of might have spoke too soon. Just because we're going to have 3 minutes. No, I didn't mean to do that. No, what did I do? That. Alright, so we're gonna have 3 minutes, and let's see. It's only 1 minute till there, so we're not gonna make it. That is a problem. So as you can see, this was a fail attempt. Go ahead and remove this. We got into space. We probably should have been burning maybe out here just to get us out into space, something like that. Wow. We can go and remove this. Alright, so as you can see, this is a failure. We didn't have a fuel, we didn't have power to even out of orbit to circularize it. Burning straight up is very, very inefficient. As you saw, once we got into the upper atmosphere, our apoapsis was, once we got our apoapsis up to a decent point, it was so sharp that it would have taken so much fuel just to circularize our orbit that we kind of screwed ourselves on that. Let me go ahead and show you now. We'll go ahead and end the flight. Go back to vehicle assembly building. And And do we need to make any changes? No. Let's go ahead and launch it. Same exact rocket. This time we're going to go up to about 11,000 kilometers. Then we're going to start making a turn. And you know, I haven't really played around too much with where you want to start making your gravity turn. Oh, I probably should have had this. These go there, so as soon as these burn out, there we go, that should be better. I haven't really messed around with where, what altitude you want to start doing your gravity burn at. I have done a couple test runs with Mechanical Jeb, which is like it's a mod, so it'll just automatically maneuver your ship and turn exactly the right moment where it thinks it'll turn the most efficient way, and it'll get you into orbit the most efficient way. And I've done that, and this is what I'm basing my information off of. So there we go, solid fuel boosters off. And the Mech Jeb does go up to about 11,000 feet and turn east to about 45 degrees, I believe. So that's where I get my information at. But I think it's a lot more satisfying, and oops, I need to speed up more. It's a lot more satisfying just getting up into orbit on your own and not just, you know, hitting a button and having the computer do it all for you. So we're just going to throttle back a little bit. We don't want to lose speed, but we don't really want to gain speed that fast. So, okay, we're about 8,000 meters. Gonna get ready for our gravity turn. There we go. Just gonna start slowly turning over. It's about right there. Now I know this right here says 90 as far as I can read. I can't really read that very clear. I believe it says 90, but that's actually 45. I'm not sure why it says 90. I believe there is a reason for it, but I'm not too familiar with it. So we're just going to continue rolling over. And you can see our apparatus is much more rounder. Our other one was very steep, and this one is a lot more rounder. And it will make it so much better just to circularize our orbit having this, because now we have to burn so much less fuel just to circularize it, because we don't have to actually get it from, you know, a very sharp point out to here. So yeah. So about up to 30 kilometers, and we're just going to continue rolling over. As far as like my points that I wrote down, I have we need to be all the way at 90 by 55,000 feet, or close to 90. 55,000 meters, sorry. 55 kilometers. Alright, so we're just gonna wait until our apparatus is up there, about 70,000, and we're going to just cut the engines. So now we have a little bit of fuel to go. Gonna plot a point there. Then we're just gonna circularize it. Now, as you see, our orbit is going out nice and even. It's not all lopsided like our other one was. So this is far more efficient. So we're gonna get our apparatus up, 71,000, 81,000. Let's see if we can do a little bit better. 78 and 68. Right about there. It looks good. So now it's only going to be a 30-second burn, which is a lot more efficient. So we're going to actually get up into our circularized orbit and still have our entire last stage to go. We're not even going to have to use it. So that's going to be awesome. Right there, lock it in, and I'm just going to speed up time a little bit. about there, 10 seconds to go. And we just want to kind of burn slowly. We do not want to really overshoot it. If we do, it's only our orbit, which we can correct, but I would like to get our orbit perfect the first time, or as near perfect as we can get. So I'm just going to watch this until it gets down. Oh shit, we need to break off. There we go. So we're just going to watch this until it gets all the way down there. As you see again, when we got up to the apoapsis, our rear section, our rear stage broke off, so we used up all our fuel. Basically the exact same. That first stage got us into space and got our apoapsis up into the area we want, and now just this part right here, our last stage, is required just to circularize our orbit, basically. So last time we got up to here, we were circularizing orbit, and we failed with this last stage. Hopefully we don't fail this time. Looks like our orbit is going to be much better. Having about 30 seconds to burn, we have plenty of fuel, and I'm kind of I'm going to go ahead and say that we are going to have a successful orbit. We're just going to wait for our apoapsis to even out. So right here we have about 17 seconds to go. We just want to make sure, one, we don't we want to stop when we get low, and we want to kind of slow down when we get here, and we want to make sure we are on that blue dot because it can shift a little bit. So I'm just going to slow down here, and yeah, you don't really have to worry about the time and everything. Just as long as you use up all this meters per second, or get as much used up as you can, and as long as you're on that blue dot, you're going to be completing your task. 12, 11, 10, 9, 5, 4, 3, 2, and boom. Right there, 1.2 meters per second left. I wasn't really watching my direction. Shit, that is going to be bad. Really? Okay, I'm going to have to burn prograde to pull this periapsis out. Yeah, I wasn't watching my points, so actually I screwed up there quite a bit. Sorry about that. So now we're just burning prograde just to pull our orbit out, periapsis out to about 40 kilometers. Far from ideal because it will decay at 40 kilometers. So we're just going to stop there, and then we're going to set another maneuver node right here. Nope, prograde to pull this out. Five, 7, 7, 5, 5, 1. Okay, so it's turn over here. Oh my goodness. Right about there. Okay, now we're just going to fast forward about 24 minutes. There we are, passing our periapsis. Our altitude is still good, 42 kilometers, 43 kilometers, so my orbit is not going to decay for this time. Why is the maneuver node all the way up there? I want it here. Nope, I want it there. There we go. 19-second burn. Oh crap, oops. That could have been bad. I forgot we were still time warping. Yeah, when you time warp, all your actions, like if you try to maneuver anything, they are basically quadrupled. So yeah, it's definitely not good. you want to go back down to regular warp and then make your changes, and then you can warp again. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we're going to slow our warping down. Okay, we're going to slow it down to 1. We're about 15 seconds to go. I definitely would want to make 100% sure that I'm on that dot. So we have about 8 seconds to go. I would rather stop my burn than go off of this dot. I mean, you can always stop right now, and then see, like, I can go ahead and stop, and then I'll move over back to that that node point. Then we'll continue on, and looks like it's moving, so I'm just gonna continue. Oops. There we go. 7 seconds. There we go. There is our perfect orbit. 307,000 to 330. I'm going to call that pretty good. It's a lot bigger than I wanted, but to be honest, I haven't been up this high. I like it. It's pretty awesome. So yeah, there is the final orbit, and then we can go ahead and release our panels and our comms. There we go. That's how it's done. That is why you want to have a gravity turn. So let's go ahead and go back to the space station. You do not want to end the flight. And we can go to our tracking station. We can see we have 2 orbital Henrys. I probably should have renamed them, but yeah. So one is in about 100 kilometer orbit, and then this one is in a 300 kilometer orbit. That's pretty awesome. So let's go back. And now what I want to do is I want to try to get our first piece up into the air. So let me go ahead and do a new, our first space station part. So it comes built in with, where is it? Space station core right here, which is something to go off of. I kind of like the design, actually. I'm not exactly sure what type of design I want to do. For some reason there is kind of an error with this. Oh, also I forgot to tell you guys, I added a new add-on. It's right here. It's or a new mod. It's a way that you can save and load sub-assemblies. So like right now I can go into here and I can do like solar array, which I built this. So I was kind of playing around with different stuff to do, and then I can just attach it there, and then we can look at you know, different stuff. And then we can also let's see, this right here is a lander that was already built into this, something like that. Boom. And then let's see what else is already built in. There's a lifter example, just to get stuff into space, which is pretty cool. I haven't tried this yet, and why am I lagging? I can't scroll up. Alright, so let's just go back to our space station core. So I'm not really sure what type of space station I want. I definitely like this design. I like that it has this this thing right here is like a battery box. See, why do these not link? I don't really understand. utility these. See, they don't link for some reason. They like, well, they will link on the side, but not up there for some reason. See, it's not centered either. I don't know. And these don't either. Oh yeah, they do. Okay, there we go. Let's see if that'll save now. Nope. Root part of selected subassembly has no free nodes and doesn't allow service layers. So I don't even know what is wrong with it. I tried to kind of save it, and then I could stick it on a lander or a launcher just to kind of test it. But let's go ahead and make our own. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab, let's see, which one do we want? Probably this one, this lander can. Looks pretty sweet. This will be our space station core. I like how it had, where is it? Not propulsion, utility. I like how it had these Kerbal storage containers. I really like that. So we'll use that right there, and then we will, let's do the same thing kind of that they did. Let's get a adapter, then we'll get a advanced SAS, a right here RCS tank. Actually we don't need RCS, do we? Or do we? This is kind of complicated. I don't know what we do need and what we don't need. I know for one I want to have RCS storage on there. I want to have liquid fuel storage on there. I want to have xenon storage on there, which is under utility? Yes. Xenon containers. So I want to have that on there. And then we also want to have our rechargeable battery banks. We want to have plenty of power on there. And then we want to have ways that we can I want to build like some fighters or maybe something like that. I don't know, maybe some ion probes. Let's see, there is a ion powered space probe, which is pretty sweet. I don't think it can dock though. Oops, probably too close. Yeah, this thing is pretty awesome. You know what, I say we take this up into the, let's save this. Oh crap, I can't save it. Dang it. Crap, I can't save it. So how am I gonna do this? So let's load our orbiter Henry. We'll take everything from right here, and we'll save it in here as cancel miscellaneous. It'll be no, it'll be lifters. And it will be Henry lifter. There we go. Now what we can do is we can load our ion-powered space probe. Drag it up here. Then we will load our lifter Henry. There we go. And what we'll do is we will attach a... No, not that. Let's do one of these stacked decouplers. Just like that. I don't know if that'll work or not though. Let's try it. And also I want to show you guys, I've talked about the mech jeb, mechanical jeb before. I actually want to show you guys this. Maybe it'll help you understand you know, how to get in orbit and whatnot. So we're going to stick one of those on there, and then we will launch. I hope this stuff stays together, to be honest. Okay, so this will probably be the final launch. What we're going to do is this is our MechJeb kind of assembly thing. What we do is we set our orbit altitude, which will be 80 kilometers. We set auto throttle, auto stage, auto warp for apoapsis. These are all our stats. And then we're going to hit engage. Then we're going to await liftoff, so we're going to throttle up and hit space. And it should be doing something. Why is it not? Oh, okay. Yep, it is doing something. See, it's throttling back once we get up that high. Over 100 meters per second. It should turn SAS on though. I don't know why it's not. And why are we pitching that way? Interesting. We're doing like a reverse orbit or something. Anyways, we're just gonna wait for this thing to get in orbit. I think it looks pretty sweet. Looks like our probe is doing fine. That doesn't look good at all. It's doing a gravity turn, gotcha. This is where it starts to do a gravity turn, about 11,000 meters. Right about there. I don't know why it decided to let it turn over the opposite direction. It should really turn freaking SAS on. I don't understand why. Oh well, maybe it doesn't need it. Okay, so we're just gonna continue on. Wait for it to get up into the orbit. Let's see, our apoapsis is about 30,000. So as soon as this gets up to about 80,000, it's going to stop and then coast to the apoapsis. There we go, just broke into the second stage. Or just detached our first stage, I guess you would call it. See, now it's turning SAS on. I don't know why it waited that long, but anyways, doesn't matter. So, our apoapsis is still rising, 50,000. Seems to be rising very, very slowly. Anyways, we'll just let it do its thing. See how much fuel we have left? Plenty of fuel. So about 62 kilometers. It's looking pretty good. It looks really oval. I mean, we haven't even done our circularizing, and it's already looking pretty circular. So that's good. There's 72, 73. See, it's cutting back until it gets right at 80,000. Right there. Then she's going to time warp to the apoapsis. Right there, about 15 seconds to go. And burn. And there we go. That's it. 80,000 and 80,000. That is a perfect orbit. So we can go ahead and close this Ascension Autopilot. And now what we can do is, let's see here. I don't really want to leave this debris in space though. Let's see what our resources at. Let's go ahead and detach. Right there. Looks like our orbit is still good. Let's see what our electric charge is. 205. So what we're gonna do is, let's see, what can we do actually? Let's do a burn at the pair. Whoa, wait. Unset target. There we go, we can reach escape velocity right there with a 2-minute burn. I don't really think it'll work, but we can try it. So let's turn, oops. Wow, this thing goes slow. Wow, this probe is not very... Oh, you know what? These things. So we did push our apoapsis out quite a bit, and that's pretty awesome. So now what we can do is we can just, oops, let's throttle back. There we go, now we're on the light side of the Kerbin. So I think we're just going to leave this guy here. I don't really see that much of a use for him. It doesn't seem like it has that much thrust. Yeah, thrust is only let's see, max power. 0.5 kilonewtons, so it's not that much, but anyways. See this xenon, here's our xenon gas supply. We didn't use up too much. These things are radiostopic. I don't even know. Double C accelerate. What? Oh, accelerometer. Gotcha. And this is a thermometer. So we can measure temperature, and then we can measure how many G's you're doing. That's pretty sweet. Then we can also toggle that. So yeah, pretty sweet. I probably won't do anything with this guy, just leave him up here. I'll end up deleting all this debris next time, but what I want to do is I've kind of been looking around, and I want to make like a... I don't know, I want to do a couple things. I want to get my space station into orbit. I want to build one and put it into orbit, so I might screw around with that off camera and kind of come up with the design. And also want to, I know these ion engines are not that powerful, but I'm pretty sure you can make a decent, like a space fighter with them with enough solar panels. So I don't know, I might play around and try to make one of those. But that's pretty much it for today. If you guys like this video, please remember to comment, rate, subscribe, and I'll talk to you later. Peace.